Tell me your name and a little bit about the organization you represent.
My name is Joceyln Draughn. I am the youth coordinator for a group named LIFT. LIFT stands for Leading Individuals and Families Together to End Poverty. We have a group that's been together since 2006. It started from a group of people going through a public policy training at Community Action in St. Paul, Minnesota. And after the group went through the class, they realized they had nothing else to do and they really wanted to make a change. So a group of people got together and decided to put together LIFT. Out of the few that put together LIFT, it was Rena Moran, who is St. Paul's Ramsey County state representative. She is a woman of color, which is one of the first, and she tries to do a lot for this community. And another is Signa Black, who is the executive coordinator for Minnesota State Voices. They work on the election and getting people educated about the candidates and the upcoming elections. We put together a group, and our main goal is to educate our community members about public policy and how they can affect change in their areas. Also various stages of government that work on the things that are going around them, like the laws and how they affect them and what they can do to make their community better for them.
What motivates you to work in tobacco prevention?
Well, it started off, I had a grandfather who died in 2014 of stage 4 lung cancer. I always heard about things and how they affect about how tobacco affects our communities, but I didn't really think about it until someone close died. And afterwards, it took a really big effect on me. So I tried stopping cigarettes and it did not work. I tried about 3 or 4 times and I just could not stop smoking cigarettes. And then eventually my mom put me in with this group and I went to some meetings and I talked to some very interesting people and I learned about how they're affecting us with health-wise and mentally, our pockets and everything, and it just made me feel like it's not worth it. There's so much stuff that I could be out here doing, and to worry about dying over lung cancer from a cigarette is just not what I want to do. So I've been trying to affect our communities, especially our youth, on tobacco and educate them about how they can stop using it and how they can get other people in our communities aware about how bad it is for you.
What kind of things have you done to educate your community?
Well, we've held several events. One of them has been the school board members. They came to a forum, and there we shared a video and had some educational pieces of paper that we passed out. We pass out things at other events as well, to just as they're coming in, to give them some idea about what other things that we are doing. We did some events at High School for the Recording Arts, which is a charter school that focused on mainly people in the St. Paul, Frogtown area, which is a lot of people of poverty. Just did a couple of classes with them last week, showing them about the things they could do to keep their school aware and things like that. We're looking forward to doing a documentary in the new year, and even I work very closely with High School for the Recording Arts. They have an online school system where they can go on there and do projects and stuff like that. I've talked with them about getting our classes on there, the tobacco 101 classes, so that way students could also get credits for learning about that and see how that affects their students as well. That way we can get a nice demographic about who wants to learn about this and how this affects them, and if they think that this information is helpful to them.
Why do you think menthol tobacco is dangerous for your community?
I think that it's very important to educate, because nowadays a lot of people are smoking cigarettes. Some people are smoking cigarettes just because they feel like they need it, because it's addictive. People are smoking it because it's cool, or people are smoking it just because they're addicted to the hand movement. So I think in our community we have so much other things we're worried about. We don't think about tobacco. And with the numbers that I've seen and the people I've seen, just people I know, how many cigarettes they smoke a day, I think it's a really big problem. Also, I see that the tobacco companies are making profits off of targeting our communities, and how we just are so blind to the fact that this is killing so many of us. And I think that's a really big problem. And then at that, people don't understand that menthol is a very big problem. Not only tobacco, but menthol tobacco is one of the worst things that they could do to themselves. And I just think that maybe if they knew what it is and what it does to them and how badly it's affecting their communities, their mothers, their fathers, their grandkids and everything, I think they would stop doing it. I think we can maybe make a change for it and even change policy to make sure that they're not being sold in certain areas.